What is going on, everybody? It is Luke Beller, and so today I'm going to be breaking down 3 things the Packers need to do to get this win versus the 49ers. So real quick before I get into the video, it just came out about 3 minutes ago, right before I filmed this video. It says San Francisco 49ers shut down facilities due to the virus. So obviously, that there hasn't been much news come out besides that yet, but who knows, maybe the Packers game could get postponed considering if they're shutting down their facilities a day before the game's supposed to happen. I honestly am questioning whether it'll actually happen tomorrow, so maybe they'll end up pushing it back, to Sunday, and maybe by the time I post this video, you guys will know what's going to happen. But right now, that sort of thing seemed like things could be up in the air for this game, that's supposed to happen tomorrow. So of course, coming into this game, the Packers are 5-2 after, getting completely run over by Dalvin Cook, and the 49ers are entering this game at 4-4. Definitely, not as great as they were last season. Part of that is because they have so many injuries right now at this point. But the first thing I think is important when it comes to this game versus the 49ers, and it's pretty obvious, and you guys would probably guess it, and that's the fact that we need to slow down the 49ers running game, because obviously so far this season, we have seen that, we have trouble against good running backs. The good thing about this 49ers team is that they are without some of their best running backs. Of course, you guys know, in that NFC Championship, it was Raheem Mostert who ran for over 200 yards and 4 touchdowns in that game, and he is injured, so he'll not be playing in that game, so that's good news for the Packers because we don't want to see a repeat of him running all over us again, especially after facing Dalvin Cook last week. And also, not just Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman, their second back, is also injured and will not be playing in this game. So that brings a couple other guys who probably aren't as talented, but, we still can't count them out considering how, inconsistent this Packers run defense has been so far. We have Jerick McKinnon, who will likely be playing in this game, but apparently he's been suffering from a case of tired legs. I've never heard of that. I guess his legs are just tired, but in the past couple games, he hasn't really run the ball much. He's only had 3 attempts in the past 2 games, and he's had net -1 yards in both of those games. And so the guy who seems like he's going to get the bulk of the running carries is going to be JaMycal Hasty, who, before I did this video, I hadn't heard of this guy. Apparently, he's an undrafted free agent. I think he's out from Baylor, but he's likely to get a majority of the rushing workload. He's had 32 carries this season, 132 yards, and is averaging 4.1 yards per carry. And so, even though this guy seems like, he shouldn't be able to do much against the Packers, you can't count out this guy who, even though he hasn't played much, he could still be a very talented player, so we definitely need to watch out for him and stop him in this game. And I think the next important thing to cover is the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo is out. He hurt his ankle? He had an ankle sprain. He's out for an extended period of time, and George Kittle is out for an extended period of time. So quarterback Nick Mullens will be starting this game. It will be his 3rd start of the season. And so I think that it's important that the Packers were to force this guy to make mistakes, bring some pressure, make him a little bit uncomfortable. Don't give him too much time in the pocket back there because, he's a little bit inexperienced. And even though he did have a good game last week versus the Seahawks when Garoppolo went down, he went 18 for 25, 238 yards and 2 touchdowns. In his week 4 game versus the Eagles, he was actually benched for another quarterback. He went 18 for 26, 200 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. So I think the way to stop this team could be, force Nick Mullens to make mistakes because obviously he's had some problems with interceptions. Why don't, the Packers come in and, force some problems for him? So the other thing to look at is he is missing not only George Kittle, but also Deebo Samuel, who's been, great wide receiver. So obviously this 49ers team is very, very banged up. And so this is a game I think the Packers should win. If the Packers don't win this game, it's not like we're facing a 49ers team that is stacked and is playing insanely well. They haven't been that great recently, partly because they have so many injuries. And so if the Packers lose to this team, that definitely does not bode well for the Packers. And so the Packers should come out with a victory in this one. And so the third thing that I think is important for the Packers to do in this game is we just got to get Aaron Rodgers going. We have probably 3 running backs out this week, likely Jamal Williams because he was in close contact with A.J. Dillon, who's already out, so Jamal Williams will also be out. And also, Aaron Jones seems to be like he most likely won't play. So we're going to have Tyler Ervin, and maybe we'll call up running back Dexter Williams from the practice squad. And so I think this is a game that Aaron Rodgers just needs to take control of this game. Devontae Adams, I expect him to have a great game. But last year when the Packers faced the 49ers in the regular season, Aaron Rodgers only had 104 yards. So obviously we need much more from him in this game. And in that last NFC Championship, Richard Sherman was there, had an interception on Rodgers. He will not be playing in this game. And also defensive end D Ford is going to be out. And this 49ers pass defense is definitely not as good as last year. They're still pretty good though. They're still 6th in the NFL. But last week, Russell Wilson was able to throw for 261 yards and 4 touchdowns. So I still think that the way to beat this team is to throw the ball. The Packers, obviously, the running back situation isn't very, optimal this week. So I expect Aaron Rodgers to come out and Devontae Adams to have a great game. That's what the Packers need to secure this victory. So my score prediction, I'm gonna go 27-17 Packers. So a 10-point win against this 49ers team. Who knows, it could be more, it could be less, hope it's not less, but that's gonna be my prediction for this game. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched this long, make sure you drop a like down below on this video. And if you want to see some more Packers content, make sure you subscribe because I post videos pretty much every single day. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.